I don't think I've ever met a more loving and selfless mum than Ellie. She had her son Aidan when she was just 20. She was on her own and knew something was wrong with him. He has a degenerative brain disorder that affects 1 in 500,000 boys, and she was told he wouldn't live beyond the age of 5. He'll be 5 in May.
When you've been told that your child only has so much time, you have to live every day as though it's your last. I'm under no illusion. I know Aidan will never be an adult. I know he will always be a child, but at least he will get to have a childhood. He will be happy, he will enjoy the time that he has with us, and he's so loved, and you can see it in his face all the time, and we couldn't do that without Zoe's place. I'd be a mess.
The nurses understand exactly what parents like Ellie need. Here they have 6 beds for overnight respite care for babies and young children. All children can come here for the day and be looked after with or without mum and dad. Centres like this are rare. There are only a handful in the country.
I think there was the worry that obviously when children were born with sort of different conditions, there was nowhere really for them to go, and obviously that's when Zoe's place was born. They really needed a facility where children who were poorly or coming to end of life, they needed somewhere to go, and obviously we're the only baby specific hospice in the Midlands, and we only take them up until they're 6 years old.
Cheeky monkey.
Not all children who come here have life-limiting illnesses. Joel has spent 5 of his 7 months in hospital, but is expected to fully recover. He was born with a gap between his food and windpipe, and so has to be tube fed.
He's the most resilient person I think I've ever met, so I don't think he'll have any trouble, and he certainly won't remember it, but sort of over the next 12 months he has several operations to go through. But over the next 12 months we're hoping that places like Zoe's and other care can bring him back up to speed.
Claire is the main carer while Nathan's at work. It's a 24-hour job, and she says they really appreciate the break they get from caring for him at Zoe's place.
You can't just leave him with anybody. Places like this are just, it's the breath of fresh air you kind of need. So you can leave him here with people that are trained, comfortable, brilliant environment. He's learning things that we don't really have the time to do sometimes at home because you're exhausted, you're tired, like you're running off 2 hours sleep. So for me, it's crucial that we get this break.
But handing your poorly child over to strangers isn't easy. Ellie says she was unsure at first, but once through the door, she hasn't looked back.
They just opened me up with open arms and said, come in, you're not on your own, you're okay, you're not going to be on your own. And made me realise that rather than feeling sad and down and worried about your child's condition or struggling with it on your own, that actually you can have fun. Your child is still a child. You just need to move forward, enjoy the time that you have with people around you that are there for you, and they do understand.
The main thing I've learnt since filming hospices in the Midlands is they're not simply places where people go to die. They're fundamentally about living and about the quality of your life right now. Yes, they do offer end-of-life care. This is the Starlight Room here at Zoe's place, and it's where parents spend the final hours of their child's life. But mainly the focus of a hospice is quality of life for that person right now. And the continued public support they get from all of us shows how much they mean to us all. The hospice movement is a remarkable success story of the last 50 years. Most receive only small amounts of statutory funding, and yet they consistently provide high quality nursing care. And something you can't put a price on, compassion. Jane Hesketh, ITV News.